विश्वं दर्पणदृश्यमाननगरी तुल्यं निजान्तर्गतम् पश्यन्नात्मनि मायया बहिरिवो भूतं यथा निद्रया यः साक्षात् कुरुते प्रबोधसमये स्वात्मानमेवाद्वयम् तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः।
अन्योन्यस्मिन् अन्योन्यात्मकताम् अन्योन्यधर्मांश्च अध्यस्य इतरेतरा विवेकेन अत्यन्तविविक्तयोः धर्मधर्मिणोः मिथ्याज्ञाननिमित्तः सत्यानृते मिथुनीकृत्य अहमिदं ममेदम् इति नैसर्गिकः अयं लोकव्यवहारः।
सत्यानृते मिथुनीकृत्य, having coupled together, having united Satyaswarupa Atma which is Chidrupa. Anrita is Yushmadartha, entire Anatma. So these are being coupled together. Satyanrite Mithuni Kritya. So why it was said so? See, Atma being taken as Anatma, Anatma is being taken as Atma. Generally in Adhyasa, only that is superimposed is cognized and not the Adhisthana. In the case of Atma Anatma Adhyasa, both Atma and also Anatma are cognized. It means there is what is called as Anyonya Adhyasa, mutual Adhyasa. Atma is superimposed on Anatma, Anatma is superimposed on Atma. Otherwise, so only Adhyasta should be, that means cognized or known. The question is, on Atma, Jada Anatma superimposed, understandable, because Anatma is mithya in nature, and the rule is anything that is adhyasta, that is superimposed, is verily false in nature, mithya in nature. If you say Atma is superimposed on Anatma, Atma turns out to be mithya. If Atma is mithya, there is no basis for the entire Jagat. Shunyata will come. It has not taken place that way. It must be so. Shunyata must be there. Achha. Come on, who is telling that Shunyata is there? One who tells that Shunya really exists or not. Existence is there. You can't say. See, this word Shunya is in the Upanishads also, but it is misunderstood. You know why misunderstood? Shunya, they say non-existence. That is one meaning. But Shunya also means empty. Shunya also means empty. In the Maitrayani Upanishad, the word Shunya is used for Atma. What does it mean? Empty. What do you mean by empty? Come on, tell me. Prapancha Rahita. See, empty means it is Prapancha Rahita. Adhyasta Prapancha is not there, in which that is what is Atma. But some people have mistaken it to be non-existence, and Shunyavada has come into existence. If Atma, the very basic existence principle, is not there, Shunyata will be there. So it is not possible, because any blessed thing in the world we experience as what? Is, microphone is, timepiece is, book is, fan is, everything is that is. Even something is not, you have to say first is and then not. So you have to negate the existence as such, or absence of the thing is. So that being the case, so Shunyata is not possible. Then how come the cognition of Atma is available in Anatma? What is the so relation between Atma and Anatma? Again you are in problem. Atma is Asanga. Atma is Alak Niranjan. So he is Asangaha. So therefore how is it possible? So therefore here samsara means through the relation of Chidabhasa. What is required is that Chidabhasa. So that is in Andakarna, Chidabhasa, Chit Pratibimba is available. So therefore that Pratibimba is inheres in the Anatma. As a result of which inner Anatma appears to be sentient, as though it is Atma. Because Atma is certainly Sachetana Chaitanya Swarupa, sentient in nature. So that way we can say that is what Adhyasa. That means in Anatma, the adhyas of Atma is through samsarga. In Atma, the adhyas of Anatma is swarupataha, by its very nature. This is the distinction that God has said. See. Samsarga matra adhyasa na swarupasya. What is that? Satyam, satyanrute mirnikritya, satyam is chaitanyam. Tasya anatmani samsarga matra adhyasa na swarupadhyasa. The contrary, this we have already seen. This tika anritam yushmadartha tasya swarupataha adhyasat tayoho mithuni karanam adhyasa. So therefore that clubbing together, that means coupling together of satya and anrita. So therefore satya anrite mithuni kritya was told. First now the word naisargikaha, naisargika, natural. That is being now explained. Why that word naisargika is used? Bhashyakara has not used the word superfluously. There is a definite purpose. he wants to explain something to prove the adhyasa. So what is the naisargika? So that we have seen in the Bhashya. First, anyonyasmin anyonyatkaram anyonya dharmasya adhyasya, underline adhyasya. Then satyanrite mithunikrutya, underline mithunikrutya, other page, that is adhyasya. Adhyasya on the first line of page 9, mithunikrutya in the second line of page 9, that is, I am generally giving the reference page references of 3 tikas that you have to find out in your book, other book as such. So that then page 10, Lokavara all these stuff are second line of 10 have one means they are in nature. Little grammar is of course not a past participle thing more than that. They are all that is there past participle. So that's it. Adhyasya. What is the meaning? Having done the adhyasa. Having done the adhyasa. Then afterwards mithuni kritya. Having done the mithuni karana. So now when you say having done something, in terms of time factor, what does it mean? That action is already done and something else is being done. No? This is suggested in the, this form is accomplished in grammar by using kpa pratyaya. Kpa. In English, it is a past participle. Having done, you say, no, having done something, you say tva pratyaya. And that tva pratyaya, if the verbal root has got a prefix, then tva becomes lap. It becomes ya. I'll just give example. Rama gachati. Gam gachati. Gachati means what? Goes. Gam, gachati gam plus tva becomes gatva. Having gone. Having gone. So gatva. Gramam gatva. Now suppose to gam you add prefix anu. Ramaha gachati, Lakshmanaha anugachati. Anugachati means follows. Follows. Now anugachati, gam gatva ktva. But if anugam is there, you can't put ktva there. You have to bring lap, means it becomes anugamya. Having followed, anugamya. That is what is called lap. Both ktva and lap are suffixes denoting past participle. Denoting past participle. So past participle. So therefore, lap comes when the verbal root has got the prefix. Otherwise it becomes ktva. Now here, adhyasya is there. It is lap means past participle wherein ya is there. See, adhyasya, what is we have to find out here? As is the dhatu. As asti bhuvi. Bhuvi in the sense of existence to be. As asti bhuvi. Bhuvi means the meaning is one in the sense of to be. Asti. Now as, if you add tva without the prefix of adi, it will not become, here one problem is that it will not become astva. It will become bhutva. By bhutva, aster bhuhu. Pani Sutra is there. Aster bhuhu. Asti in certain formation gets replaced by bhu, and therefore it will become bhutva. Just understand, there's nothing much in that. Bhutva. Now adhi, as is there. Adhi means prefix has come. You can't apply tva. So adhi tva, you have to apply what? Lap there. Lap yakara. So therefore, now adhi bhutva will not become. You can't say adhi bhutva. Adhi asya. Adhyasya. Okay, now you understood what is lap. That's if nothing. Tva is past participle where the verb doesn't have a prefix. Lap in the sense of ya is a past participle when the verb has got the prefix. That's all. So that adhyasya, mithinu kritya, lap is there. So therefore, twa is purvakalatvachi. Twa. Past participle, it signifies the past tense. You have done something in the past. So therefore say, so purva pratyayadeshasya, pratyaya is suffix. What suffix? Tva or tva is the suffix. And that purvakalato vachi. Vachi means that which did not signify the past time. So pratyayasya, pratyayadesha is, this is supplementing, not supplementing, replacing or adding to that. So lepaha katham prayogaha. How lepaha? What is lepaha? Of suffix lep. Ya means adhyasya. Ya is lep. Mithuni-kritya. See, simply kru tva could have been krutva, but mithuni prefix therefore mithuni kritya. You see, lepaha katham prayogaha iti che. How come past participle? Why is it? By adhyasya you are talking of adhyasa. By mithuni kritya you are talking of adhyasa. Where is the question of something earlier done and later something else is being done? It's not there. So therefore say katham prayoga iti chet. If that is the case, na means there is nothing wrong here. There is a purpose. What is the purpose? Adhyasa vyakti bheda. Because there are three different types of adhyasa. Vyakti means individual, means individuality, means different, three varieties of adhyasa are there. See these words vyakti bheda, no dictionary will give you meaning. If you see dictionary, what is vyakti? Person, individual. Okay, what is that? Means here three different types of adhyasa. Three different types of vyakti bheda. Why that now? Why that past this purvakala is told? He now tells. No, he said no. This is the reason. Tatra purvadhyasasya uttarottaradhyasam prati samskara dvara purvakalattvena hetutva dnyotanartham lepaha prayogaha. The left past participle is used for this purpose. What is the purpose? He says the earlier adhyasa is the cause for the subsequent adhyasa. How? By providing samskara. You have seen the beginning, adhyasa needs samskara, that means impressions. Those impressions are used by, supplied by who? The earlier adhyasa to the subsequent adhyasa. See that sentence? Tatra. Tatra means when these three types of varieties of adhyasa are there. Purva adhyasasya. See, the earlier adhyasa, purva adhyasa, uttarottaradhyasam prati. With respect to the subsequent adhyasa, he says, hetutva dyotanartham, to show the cause of the earlier adhyasa being the cause of the subsequent adhyasa. How? That samskara dvara purvakalatvena. Because it is earlier, so it gives rise to samskaras. Means earlier adhyasa gives rise to samskaras, impression, and those impressions become the cause for the subsequent adhyasa. So samskar dvara purvakalatvena hetutva dnyotanarthaha lepaha prayogaha. This is the usage of lep, means having done the earlier adhyasa which gives rise to samskara that gives rise to the subsequent adhyasa. That tadeva spashtayati. The same thing is clarified by bhashya. Naisargikaha iti. Naisargika. Naisargika means natural. So natural. There you can't go find out cause. That is why it is called as natural. Swabhavika. Natural. So for this, this Nyaya Nirnaya gives Naisargikaha from bottom. Nyaya Nirnaya 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Last box is. See, Naisargikaha iti bold thing is there. So Nyaya Nirnaya Pratyak Chaitanya Satra Matra Anubandhi. Anubandhi. Anubandhi, that which is associated, that which is connected to only what? Pratyak Chaitanya Matra. That which is only associated, connected with the Pratyak Chaitanya. Pratyak Chaitanya Matranu Bandhi. So that is that. That is natural. Take Ratna Prabha now. Tadeva Spashtayati Naisargikaha iti. So now, when did it start? When did it start? Fine. Earlier adhyasa is the cause for the subsequent adhyasa by providing the samskara. When did it start? It says it is anadi. It has no beginning. If you can't point out the beginning. So they say Pratyagatmani hetu hetu madbhavena adhyasa pravaha anadihi iti artha. Hetu hetu madbhavena. Hetu hetu madbhava means karana karya bhava, cause effect relationship. Hetu means cause. Hetu mat means effect. Hetu is karana. Hetu mat is karya. So therefore karana karya bhavena. Karana karya bhavena. By the cause effect relationship. Adhyasa pravaha. This pravaha, this flow of adhyasa is what? Anadihi ityartha. It is beginningless. It has no origin as it were as such. So now a doubt is there. Sir, you are talking of adhyasa as anadi pravaha. But there is nothing concrete called pravaha. You know what is pravaha? Flow. Flow, there is no concrete thing as far. You see, you go to a river and sit on the bank and watch the river. You say river flows. What is the flow there? Water. Water. Pravaha, a flow is not a concrete thing. And you are talking of adhyasa as the anadi pravaha. And you say anadi. And so in the adhyasa you have already said adhyasya, mithuni kritya, loka vyavaharaha. These are concrete things. These are concrete things. And we can say this is that what? This has got a beginning. You took your body as I when? Anadi? When you are born. I say your body I am telling. No. You took your body as I when you were born. Before that the body itself was not there. Where is the question of taking it as I? So therefore you took your body as I, and when you were born you said Sadi or Anadi. Means adhyasa vyakti. Each of the three type of adhyasas, that is whether you are adhyasa or mithunikarana or loka vyavahara, it has got a beginning. And you are say adhyasa in general is anadi. Anadi pravaha I would accept it, but there is nothing concrete as pravaha. So answer is being given. Says nanu pravahasya avastutvat. Pravaha, any flow being avastutvat means being not a concrete thing. Any flow is not a concrete thing. So if something concrete you can say it has a beginning, it has no beginning, you can say it is not a concrete thing at all. So no, pravahasya avastutvat. Again, adhyasa vyaktinam saditvat. Sadi, you know what is sadi? Which has got adina saha. Na adi anadi. And this is with adi, beginning. So adhyasa vyaktinam. What is adhyasa vyakti here? Each of adhyasa. In the three varieties told, adhyasya, mithunu kritya, loka vyavahara, each of them vyaktinam saditvat. Saditvat means because they are being born. See, adi also means birth. We see we tend to take adi means beginning. Adi also means cause. Adi also means beginning. That which has got birth is sadi. So therefore say being born. Katham anaditvam iti che. You are talking adhyasa as what? Anadi. How is it possible? Because any of the adhyasa is with the birth, whereas pravaha is something which is not concrete. Therefore, how do you say? Fine. A very interesting answer. Have you got any answer? Even if you read, you will not understand. You know what the anadi, adi or anadi, what does it indicate? Time factor. See, beginning or beginningless speaks of time factor. Now tell me, time is asadi or anadi? Time with beginning or without beginning? Beginning. Come on, tell when. Don't tell those stupid things told by a scientist. So many trillions years back, who has verified? Who has verified? Unless the next PhD thesis comes and dismisses this fellow, it will continue. So that is the only thing is that. That is what you say, beginningless. You can't point out time factor. See, look, when this kalpa started, time started. But before kalpa also what? Time was there in the earlier kalpa. Earlier kalpa, before that time was the earlier kalpa. When it started? Anadi. Accepted? Afterward, don't take back. Kala is anadi. Kala is anadi. Now, sir, please let me know, Kala is adhyastha or atma? Time factor, is it something superimposed on atma or atma swarupa? Atma is kalatitaha, independent time. See, again, time is a concept of intellect. That's why when you sleep, you are not aware of the time concept. So, time factor. So, therefore, time is, atma is kalatitaha. Time is a concept of intellect. Intellect is something superimposed. Time also is something superimposed. Is it not? When Kala, time is anadi, which is the product of adhyasa. Adhyasa must be what? Equally anadi. I hope you understood. Not understood? Now see the tika. Okay. So look, in this teaching, there will be a lot of repetition. It is desirable. Why? Because when bhasha is explained, when tika is explained, and before that I will give in the English only, so that once you know the concept, you will be able to fix it to the tika portion. Again, when I take different tikas, so bhamati, nyaya, same thing gets repeated with certain highlighting certain other things. So therefore, so at one point or other, you are bound to catch it, unless you sleep all along. If you sleep in between, okay, no problem, because it will come again as such in some one form or other. So therefore, this is the repetition, is a desirable repetition, because that is the way of. Otherwise, say I can take without the tika also. Simply that I hope I have taken Chatusutri in 19 classes, 19 hours. Only no tika, only bhashya such. Now I think 15 or 14th or 15th class is going on. Well, just a beginning of this as such. So therefore, have patience. You know? There is no hurry. You are not preparing for some exam or something as such. So you have a patience, and it will be clear. Even if Chatusutri Bhashya is clear, you have gained a lot as such. So that is that. And there is the answer is being given. Uchyate, he says, Uchyate. Adhyasatva vyaktinam. Adhyasatva avachinna. Avachinna means yukta, endowed with. Avachinna is yukta, endowed with. Adhyasatva avachinna vyaktina means the individual adhyasas, which are yes, vyaktis. She means among the three, adhyasya, mithinu and lokavavara. So either among these, all are endowed with adhyasa or not. Among these three varieties, vyaktinam, says madhye अन्यतमया व्यक्त्या विना, विना, without, अन्यतमा, one of the three, tara, tama. Anyatara means one of the two, anyatama means one of the three or more. So the anyatama vyaktya vina, see this what he means is, this kala is adhyastha and it has to be affected by any one of the variety of the three adhyasa. Vina anadikalasya avartanam. This anadikala, we know kala as anadi beginning there. Anadikalasya avartanam. Avartanam means absence. See, don't make it avartana. I made it first avartana and then landed in problem. It is na vartanam, not being present. Avartanam. So avartanam. So that means kala is adhyasa karya. Kala, you know, anadi. Without adhyasa, kala is not possible. Therefore, adhyasa is anadi. That's what is told there. So, therefore, avartanam, that is what is karyanaditvam iti angikaras. That is what karyasya, kasya anaditvam, adhyasasya anaditvam, karyanaditvam iti angikaras. So therefore, so that is that being the case. See, this is it. Because of absence of anadi kala, without the adhyasa, adhyasa also turns out to be anadi. So that is what is called as anaditva of what? Adhyasa. So anaditva of adhyasa iti angikara. So with this says one earlier question that was asked, which remained that is unanswered, is answered. This Purva Pakshi was asked. What was he asked? You are telling adhyasa is not possible. Is it because improper? We accept. Already pointed out, ayam naisargika ayam loka vyavahara. So we have pointed out. So now, third one was that, do you say there is no cause for that? So that is there no cause for that? That was what was told. So this, if you want, this can be Karana Bhavat, page 8, line 10, Ratna Prabha. अयुक्तत्वात् नास्तित्वम् अध्यासस्य नास्तित्वम् अयुक्तत्वात् अभानाद्वा कारणाभावाद्वा. Do you mean to say adhyasa is not possible because it is improper? Accepted. If it is not possible because of abhana, we pointed out experience is sure. So now karanabhavat, is it because of absence of the cause? Answer is here. Here is the cause. What is the cause? Samskara is available. Samskara is available, and how? Anadi taya. So therefore say etena, by pointing out naisargika nature, natural feature of adhyasa. Says karana bhavaditi kalpaha. Kalpaha means alternative or proposal. Alternative or proposal in terms of those three, the third alternative or proposal, nirastaha. So nirastaha is refuted. Why? Cause is there. What is the cause? Samskara. So that explains samskarasya nimittasya naisargika padena uktatva. So samsarasya nimitta, the cause for samsara is already not this adhyasa. The cause of adhyasa as samskara is hinted or indicated by what? Naisargika padena uktatva, is being Described, uktam is being described by the word naisargika, natural. Sir, you are talking about samskara as the cause. How samskara is born? How samskara is born? By earlier experience or knowledge. But you are not telling us earlier experience or knowledge. You are simply talking of samskara. Look, any samskara, adhyasa samskara is there. Is it not presupposed by experience or knowledge of something? Is it not? And when you mention samskara, is it not that you are speaking something in a shortcut method, speedy way? Otherwise, you have to first talk of knowledge or experience, then samskara, then adhyasa. When we already pointed out to the one that is the samskara, shorter the better. One step is overtook because samskara without the knowledge or experience is not possible. You say, nacha purva pramajanya eva samskar. Continuing. Nacha purva pramajanya eva samskara hetu iti vacham. Nacha goes with vacham. Don't say this. Samskara, born of earlier knowledge alone, can be the cause for adhyasa. Don't say that. Why? Laghavena. Laghava means speedily. Speedily. Purvanubhava janya samskarasya hetutva. Laghavena. Purvanubhava janya samskarasya hetutva. Means this. The samskara is that samskara is born of what? Purva anubhava. So that is there. It is presupposed there. So and that samskara which is born of earlier anubhava is cause. So only thing is that we didn't specifically mention the earlier step. Not necessary. It is presupposed. So it is as laghava, means it is a short way of telling or a speedy way of telling. So therefore say laghavena purvanubhava janya samskarasya hetutva. Samskara is the hetu, cause of adhyasa. And what is that samskara? Janya, born of purva anubhava, earlier experience. Because without earlier experience, samskara cannot be born. So therefore, this is the deduction now. Ataha, therefore, purvadhyasa janyaha samskaraha asti iti siddham. The samskara born of earlier adhyasa is there. And that earlier adhyasa is born of what? Samskara of still prior. And that because of still prior. So therefore, samskara is there available and it is anadi, siddham. Now, what is the material cause or instrumental cause of adhyasa? You know what is material cause? Material cause is inseparable from effect. See, material cause upadana karana, yes. Material cause is upadana karana. Material cause is at any time inseparable from the effect. So that is karena abhinna. For example, mud pot. When mud pot is karya. Any time when it is separate from mud, no. So that is what is the material cause. So what is the material cause and what is the instrumental cause? Upadana karana, nimitta karana. So nimitta karana can be instrumental cause or it can be efficient cause. Generally we are familiar with this phrase, abhinna nimitta upadana karana. Ishvara, Parameshvara is abhinna, undifferentiated, nimitta, efficient, upadana, material cause of the entire jagat. What is efficient cause? See, efficient cause is that which brings about the existence of something, which causes the origin of something. That is what is called as efficient cause. An efficient cause necessarily must be sentient in nature. Inert thing can't do anything, it should be sentient in nature. But nimitta karana is one meaning is efficient cause, that which are familiar with. Other meaning also is instrumental cause. So first he says mithya jnana. Now the phrase mithya jnana nimittaha. This is going to be explained by the Tika. Its material cause is what? Mithya ajnana, the false ignorance. The false ignorance. This everything will be explained as false ignorance, mithya ajnana. And it will be pointed out that why that mithya jnana nimittaha told, mithya jnanopadana should have told. The one which has got material cause in the mithya ajnana. Nimitta is said, it also serves as the instrumental cause. So all these things will be clarified in the Tika now. So now what we are seeing now, why it is said as mithya jnana nimitta. This adhyasa is caused by the ajnana, which is false, inexplicable. False means anirvachaniya, inexplicable in nature. So that is what is now being explained. Adhyasyopadanam aha. Upadana, the material cause of adhyasa, is being told where bhashya mithyajnana nimittaha iti. Mithyajnana nimitt. See, this mithyajnana is a confusing term. It can be mithya ajnana, it can be mithya jnana. Mithya jnana means bhranti. Now here it is not that way. Mithya and itself is ajnana. Means ajnana which is mithya anirvachaniya. So that is what is told here. So there are nimitta iti. What is that mithya jnana nimitta? Tika explains. Mithya cha tad ajnanam cha mithya jnanam. That which is mithya means anirvachaniya. Anirvachaniyam. Here ajnanam, therefore anirvachaniyam. That which is inexplicable. At the same time it is what? Ajnanam. It is ignorance. So that is what is mithya ajnanam. Tan nimittam. What is nimittam? Upadanam yasya. That inexplicable ignorance is the nimitta. Nimitta here means in the sense of upadana, material cause for which adhyasa. So that is what is called, that adhyasa is called mithya jnana nimitta. Mithya jnana nimitta means adhyasa has the inexplicable ignorance as its material cause. Tadupadanakaha. He clarifies. The tad stands for mithya jnana. Adhyasa is the one which has got the mithya ajnana as its material cause. Now the question is, that means what is the material cause for adhyasa? Mithya ajnana. If it is material cause, you should use the word mithya jnanopadanaha adhyasa. Adhyasa is the one which has got the mithya ajnana as its upadana karana. Why the word nimitta is used? Because nimitta signifies either instrumental cause or efficient cause. Efficient cause is not possible because ajnana is jada in nature. So therefore ajnana is nimitta, means it points out ajnana as what? Instrumental cause, nimitta karana. And you have explained it as upadana. Why should it not be bhashya say mithya jnanopadanaha? Adhyasa is the one which has got the upadana karana in mithya ajnana. Why is it not so? He says, this ajnana is very tricky. It serves as instrumental cause also. It serves as instrumental cause also. How this ajnana, which was we have seen already as upadana karana, material cause, serves as the instrumental cause for adhyasa is explained. He says, ajnanasya upadanatve api. He says, even though ajnana is upadana karana for who what? Adhyasa. Even then, it says, Sanspuradātma tattvavarakataya doshatvena. It has a big defect. You know, what is the defect? Chaitanya Sarupa Atma, what is nature? Swayam Prakasha, Swaprakasha, self-evident. Yes or no? Your Sarupa is Atma or no? Yes. Swaprakasha. Do you know? If you had known, you won't be here. You won't be here, is it not? Why Brahma Mimamsa is required if you know already Atma as such? So that means you don't know, is it not? If you don't know, see, what is the big defect? Atma is self-evident, Swaprakasha, Swayam Prakasha, and this Ajnana, Avaraka, it veils. So it is instrumental or not for Adhyasa? So otherwise, had you known your Swarupa, अध्यास नहीं है, अध्यास का बाप भी नहीं, बाप भी नहीं है. You don't need anything else at all. So therefore say Sanspuradātma atmatvavarakataya. Sanspurada means what? Self-evident, which is by its own, without even the pramana, which is available. Atma tattvasya avarakataya, as the one which is veiling its doshatvena, because it is dosha rupa and so instrumental in effecting the adhyasa. See, besides upadana karana, it serves as instrumental cause. For what? Adhyasa. How? It just veils your self-evident Atma Swarupa, and therefore adhyasa is possible. Number one, as a nimitta karana. Then ahankaradhyasa kartuhu ishvarasya upadhitvena. Number two reason. See, this ahankara, I am the body, etc. has come. Creation, who created the creation? Ishvara. In that I am the body, this notion also who created? Ishvara. But Ishvara, why did he create? There is some cause for that. What is the cause? Ajnana. Can Ishvara create ahankara in a jnani, jivan mukta? No. Cause is gone. So therefore he says, second reason is ahankaradhyasa kartuhu ishvarasya upadhitvena. Being the upadhi of Ishvara, who is the karta, the one who effects the ahankara adhyasa, superimposition of ahankara on in a case of a given individual. So therefore what happened? Who is instrumental for this? Ajnana. Ishvara will not do. Upadhi. This is the upadhi. This is the upadhi for Ishvara. What is upadhi? Ajnana is the upadhi for Ishvara. You can call Ajnana or Maya. It can be one as it. So upadhi for Ishvara to effect the ahankara adhyasa. Number three, say it is endowed, this Ajnana is endowed with, in terms of effects, samskara, kala, time. Samskara, you know, impression. Kala, time, karma, that is karma phala, etc. Adi nimitta parinamitvena, because it gets modified or it gets affected in terms of samskaras, the kala, time factor, and the other thing, karma, etc. Adi. It's all, it is the cause for entire prapancha. So that way, nimittattvena cha. So because of this, besides being upadana, it is also what? Nimitta, instrumental cause. Nimittatvam iti dyotaitum nimitta padam. Nimitta padam. So this is what? Therefore, adhyasa is on account of, finally on account of what? Samskara being beach wala hai. Finally because of mithya ajna. Fine? Any doubt? Anywhere something wrong? Who affects the samskara, adhyasa? Ajnana. So ajnana. And adhyasa on what? Atma, on Atma, is it not? How in Atma ajnana can come? Already seen. Atma is asangaha. Asanga cannot have any connection with anything whatsoever, including ajnana. So therefore you say, this is being now answered. Take. Swaprakashatmani asangi katham avidya sangaha. In Swaprakash Atma, self-evident Atma, who is what nature? Asange, unconnected to anything. See, katham avidya prasangaha, avidya sangaha. Sangha means association, connection with avidya. Again, see, why? See, what does it mean? To have, see, now see, cause of adhyasa is reduced to what? Ajnana, mithya ajnana. Up to that we have point. Samskara bhi samskara bhi chahiye wo sab hai. Lekin now we have come up to the level of ajnana. This ajnana is upadana karana and nimitta karana, instrumental cause for adhyasa. Okay. Now the question is, and therefore adhyasa on what? Atma, of anatma on atma. Now this ajnana, is it characteristic feature of atma? Ajnana is not characteristic, it is not swarupa of Atma. It is something other than Atma. Then it is Anatma or not? Now first, Anatma Rupa Ajnana must have some connection with Atma. And to have connection with Atma means what? Ajnana should get superimposed on Atma. To Ajnana to get superimposed on Atma, you have to point out samskara, etc. I hope you understood. Without samskara, adhyasa is possible? No. Now first, ajnana is the cause for all the adhyasa. But first, ajnana has to get superimposed on atma, for which what you need? Samskara. But this atma is asanga, no samskaras are possible. So therefore, how come you say ajnana is the cause for adhyasa? Answer is being given. Say, why avidya ajnana cannot have sangha for association with the atma? The Purva Paksha explains. Samskaradi samagrya bhava. Samskaradi samagrya bhava. So therefore, the ajnana can get superimposed on atma provided some samskara is there. Samagri is not there. Iti shanka nirasanartham. To remove this doubt, mithya padam. See, why mithya? Mithya ajnana was wrong. Simply ajnana was not told. Why mithya? Mithya means what? Inexplicable, false. He says inexplicable can be anything. So he says therefore he proves that. So mithya padam. How that Mithyapadam where? See, look, you should not go on listening. You should be able to connect. Mithya Jnana Nimitta Bhashyano. See, Bhashyakara would have straight away told Ajnana Nimittaha. He has brought the word Mithya because Ajnana cannot have any Sangha with Atma. So this is something, Ajnana, which is inexplicable in nature. Anything is possible. So therefore I say, so therefore Mithya Padam, for which illustration is given. Prachanda Martanda Mandale. The scorching sun. Any darkness is there? SUN, Surya. In Surya, that means in the sun, is there any darkness? No. But you see, look, here is a guy who sees darkness in the sun. Who is that person? Pechakanubhava Siddhanta Karavat. You know who is Pechaka? Pechaka is owl. Gubad. Owl. 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 You know that owls? Daytime they can't see. Everything is dark. And the sun is ablaze. May 31st. And that also Rajasthan desert. May 31st sun is there. And this fellow is what? No. Experienced by him or not? Huh? Yes. Where there cannot be one trace of the darkness. Say, Pechakanubhava Siddha Andhakaravat. That Andhakara, like the darkness experienced by the owl in the blazing sun, there is no trace of any darkness. So therefore, that is fine, sir. But as far as we are concerned, how is it possible? Proof. If you want to, you may say no, but in your heart of heart you will know you have got this also. Aham adnyaha iti anubhava siddham. Do you know Atma? I have got proof. You don't know Atma. Even if you say I know Atma, what is the proof? You are in Brahma Mimamsa. See, aham adnyaha, this universal experience, I don't know Atma, I don't know Brahma iti. Anubhava siddham ajnanam. Proved by what? Experience. He says, Durapamnavam. Durapamnavam means which cannot be refuted. Universal experience is what? I don't know Atma. Means in that Atma where Ajnana cannot have any Sangha, it is experience, means it must be what then? Something which is Anirvachaniya, something which is Mithya in nature. Mithya in nature. Now, if that is the case, see, look, the poor Atma is in trouble. He is besieged by whom? Ajnana. No. Superimposed things cannot do anything to the adhisthana. He says, Kalpitasya adhisthana sparshitva. Kalpita asparshitvat, cannot have any connection with the adhisthana basis. Again, nitya swarupa jnanasya avirodhitvacha. What is Atma? Nitya swarupa, jnapti swarupa, knowledge principle. So therefore he says, ajnana cannot, as I say, cannot destroy, cannot be opposed to Nitya Swarupa, Jnana, Nitya Jnana Swarupa, Atma. Therefore what? In Ajnana, in Atma, inexplicable Ajnana can effect Avarana. Or another reason why Mithya word is used. What is that? Some many say Ajnana word is used. Some people may mistake it as na jnanam ajnanam, absence of knowledge. That is not the meaning. Say yadva or ajnanam jnana bhavaha iti shanka nirasartham. to dispel the doubt, what is ajnana? He said mithya ajnan nitya ajnan nimittah told it may be abhava, jnana bhava, absence of knowledge. Iti shanka nirasartham mithya padam. What is meant by ajnana is not absence of knowledge, but inexplicable ignorance. So ajnana, ignorance, and also it can mean absence of knowledge. Absence of knowledge is not the meaning, it means ignorance. So therefore mithya word is used. So therefore what? Things are very clear. Ajnana is false in nature, therefore knowledge can destroy ajnana. Knowledge can destroy ajnana. Mithyatve sati, when ajnana is mithya, false in nature, sakshat jnana nivartyatvam, that which can be destroyed by sakshatkara, sakshat jnana nivartyatvam, ajnanasya lakshanam. It is the characteristic feature of ajnana. Iti lakshanam mithya jnana padena uktam. It is told by the word mithya jnana. It is told. So therefore what happened? See now, this is Parihara Bhashya. Slowly I hope you remember, there is a stay order. Whose stay order is there? Purva-Pakshas. Sir, you can't take to be Brahma Mimamsa, useless, there is no subject, there is no prayojana, etc. So slowly he is arriving that, see, both arguments are wrong. So therefore, prayojana is there. Why? Ajnana and ajnana bandha is mithya, and therefore, see, it can be removed by knowledge. So now, what is this nature of adhyasa? Ahamidam, mamedam. See, we have already seen that, but tika is again taking, that's why repetition is there. So that don't get disheartened if you have not understood something. But you should be alert. It is going to come again. That ahamidam, mamedam iti, this portion is going to be now explained. That take page 11, first line, samprati adhyasam dhridayitum abhilapati. Samprati, now. Adhyasam dhridayitum. Dhridayitum means to make more certain, to make firm, or what is called as to corroborate. To corroborate adhyasa, to make more adhyasa more certain. Abhilapati states, what he say, Bhashyakar says, ahamidam mamedam iti. I am this and I am this. Mamedam iti. This is mine iti. This is mine iti. So that is what he says. He is going to explain that. What is that aham? Let us see now. Points out. So while chanting now, Shanti mantra, which one? Second one. You should be familiar with this now. First one was Shanno Mitra Shamur. Now the second one is Sahanavatu. Then second of Dakshinamurti. What is that? Bijasyantarivankuro. That is it. Then Ashubhani Nirachaste Ati Kalyana Rupatvat Om Atha thrice, and Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Bijasyantarivankuro jagadidam pranirvikalpam punaha maya kalpita desha kalakalana vaichitra chitrikritam maya viva vijrambhayatyapi maha yogi vaya svechaya तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नम इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये अशुभानि निराचष्टे तनोति शुभसन्ततिं स्मृतिमात्रेण यत्पुंसां ब्रह्म तन्मङ्गलम् कल्याणरूपत्वात् नित्यकल्याणसंश्रयात् स्मर्तॄणां वरदत्वाच्च ब्रह्म तन्मङ्गलं विदुः ओमथ no. There is one more is there. ओंकारश्चाथ शब्दश्च द्वावेतौ ब्रह्मणः पुरा कंठं भित्वा विनिर्यातौ तस्मान् मांगलिका उभौ ओमथ 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 लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ